a little bit of an overview on the Highlands neighborhood. The Highlands is located just outside of Tahoe City on Dollar Hill on the west side of Highway 28. It is a small subdivision with 11 streets. Most of the homes are residents. Some are vacation homes, but the majority are occupied by residents. It's a very family-friendly neighborhood with many families with kids living here. The lots are quite large and very flat or level, many of which have nice green grass and yards, which is uncommon for the Tahoe area. This neighborhood gets great sun exposure and a little less snow than some other regions because it's mostly south facing. Also, having level lots and good sun exposure is great for shoveling. North Lake Tahoe Middle School and High School are located in this neighborhood, as well as the Tahoe cross country ski area. And the subdivision is actually bordered on 3 sides by forest, which makes it really a great place to access skiing, biking, and hiking, but also keeps it quiet and secluded. And then prices range in this neighborhood anywhere from about $950,000 to upwards of $2.5 million.
So here's a tour of the Highlands. We're not going to show you the whole thing, but we're going to give you an idea of what the Highlands is like. You have a lot of homes that have relatively flat lots, so you have a lot of lawns, both in fronts and backyards, which is unusual for our area. We go up the street a ways here, you'll see some more houses. The Highlands is a mixture of some larger homes, like some that we're going to see here, and some smaller homes. There's also most of the homes in the Highlands do not have lake views. As we get further up, the northern part of the Highlands is where it gets more hilly, not so flat, and those are the homes that have lake views. Whoops, I'm turning around the wrong way. Here's another example of a larger home, and again, lawns with backyards. As you come up here, don't know if you'll be able to see the backyard, but you can kind of see it's all fenced off. Most all the lots in the Highlands are 100 by 150 in their feet and their size. Now here's an example of one of the smaller homes. But again here, pretty level lot, lawn in the backyard. Here they've made it more water friendly. Some other examples up the street here a ways. Not real large house, but a little larger than what we just looked at. Here we're looking at kind of an older house. But the history of the Highlands is it was started as a subdivision in the 60s. Some of the homes here were built back then, and then in the 70s and in the 80s, kind of a lot more in that time, into the 90s, a little bit now beyond, but most of the lots have been taken. You have older houses like this one that are also smaller, and then you have larger homes like the ones that we just sold you. And here's an example that we're walking to here of what was an older home and was basically completely remodeled with the older section torn out. So there has been a lot of that. So a lot of people, if I'm showing them around and say, yeah, it was started in the 60s, they look at this subdivision and say, wow, it doesn't look like it. And that's because of all the newness. What's great about this is it's a great place for families. I was talking about the flatter lots. Well, that gives people, nice yards for kids, things like that. Things that I think is great about it too is the Highlands generally faces south. So it gets great sun exposure. And because of the flatness here, snow is not near as big a deal as it is in a lot of areas along the west, especially the West Shore, but also in the North Shore.
Another great feature of the Highlands neighborhood is that it is surrounded on 3 sides by forest, most of which is Forest Service land, which offers a lot of great hiking and biking trails, as you can see here. Another feature of the neighborhood is at the northwest side of the neighborhood is the North Tahoe Middle School and the North Tahoe High School. And so that makes it great for families with kids, and it's also great because it is located outside of the subdivision, so not right in where the houses are.
We're now on the northern edge of the Highlands, and we're up in the hilly area. As you can see, some of the homes here have nice lake views. Some of them are very large lake views, very expansive. Some of them are smaller. The pricing for homes, especially with the lake views, is higher. Highland prices run from about $950,000 up to about $2.5 million. Another great feature is the Tahoe cross-country ski area, which is where we are right now. In the summer, it's the center of a bunch of mountain biking. They rent bikes here, they sell shirts, other equipment, whatever. And they also do repair work in here. As we walk over here, you'll see a bunch of bikes laying here. That's a group of people who are here to ride. Some people that I know lead teams of kids mountain biking here. Getting over here near the trail.
Alright, so I got a first aid kit.
Taking off from right here leads to a whole bunch of trails. The cross-country ski area is like this amazing maze of trails. I ride here a lot. From the Nordic Center, you can take off on a whole bunch of trails, either mountain biking, which I do a lot of in this area, or cross-country skiing. The trails there's a great number of different trails that go all the way up to Mount Watson, and you can even actually go on the other side of Mount Watson and go all the way out to Truckee. It's an amazing area for hiking and biking. One of the benefits of living in the Highlands is this trail here. This is part of the Tahoe City trail system, bike trail system, that goes here all the way up into the woods, a couple of miles up, and off of it are a bunch of dirt bike paths going down back toward Tahoe City. It goes through Tahoe City all the way down to Meeks Bay, or when you're by the Truckee River, you can turn off and go down the Truckee River, past Alpine Meadows, all the way into Olympic Valley.
So if you want to find out more about the Highlands neighborhood, then make sure you click on the link below in the comments for more information, photos, and all the current listings in the neighborhood. Thank you so much for watching the Tahoe Lifestyle channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.